My name is Ojo Modinot Damilola of Group 18. I'm here to talk about the system development. And the system development is the process of defining, planning, analyzing, designing, testing, and implementing a new software application. We have the system development lifecycle, which is used to show the progress of information system development. It shows its starts, which is the birth and various stages of system development lifecycle, and it is also referred to as application development lifecycle. So we have the software development strategy, and there are many strategies under software development strategies, but we are going to talk about the three most used in the software industry. So we talk about the iterative model, we talk about the agile model, and we talk about the waterfall. So the iterative model focuses on repetition and repeating testing, while we have the agile model. It is well known, particularly in the software development industry. Then we have the waterfall model. It is a subject. It is the oldest in the system development lifecycle. It is one of the oldest, and it is widely used. It is linear and straightforward, which requires to finish one before we start another one. Thank you.
George Sauda from Group 18. I'm going to be talking about the stages of development. We have 7 different stages of development. The first one is planning. This is exactly how it sounds like. Developers prepare for their upcoming projects. They also determine the objectives, solutions, and the problem of this new project. It's also in these planning stages that they source for funds, resources, and everything they need for a successful project. Then we have the analyzing stage. In this stage, developers often create an SRS document. This document outlines all they need for for the new system they are trying to develop. Then we have the design stage. This is the stage before the main development stage. Developers outline all the details they need for the overall application, such as the user interface, the software interface, network and network requirements, and the database. It is also in this stage that the SRS document they've earlier written is expanded into a more logical structure so that it can be implemented into a programming language. Then we have the development stage. This is the main stage. It is this stage that the codes are being written and the application is being built. Then we have the testing stage. Even though the developers have successfully built the application, that's not the end. They have to make sure that there is no error, defect, or bug in this application, and they have to make sure that the users experience the users have the best experience whenever they are using it. Then we have the implementation stage. After testing, the overall software will all come together, and when there is no bug, error, or defect, then the system or software will be ready to go to the market so that the users are going to install it. Then we have finally the last stage, which is the maintenance stage. Although the developers have been able to build the software and the application is out there for the users to install, that's not the end. They have to be ready in case any user have any problem or any user have any mistake that they have to correct.
My name is Dr. Francis of Group 18. I'm here to talk about system procurement. Now, system procurement is the process of acquiring systems to meet a particular organizational need. Now, when looking at system procurement, there are various factors to consider before you decide on which system to procure or not. And these factors are the external competition, the available budget, and the need to comply to external regulations. You don't know which. So now, when you're talking about system procurement, there are types of system components that have to be procured. It is a must. So these components are the custom systems that have to be designed and implemented specially before use. Off-the-shelf applications that must be used or that may be used without change and which need manual configuration for use. The last one is to have the configurable applications or the ERP systems that have to be modified or adapted for use, either by modifying the code or by using inbuilt configuration features. Thank you.
My name is Ishaju Ikomi, Group 18, and I'm going to be talking about system procurement strategies. When it comes to system procurement, an organization can either implement the build strategy or the buy strategy. The build strategy involves configuring a specific software tailored to meet the needs of the organization, and this usually happens in a it gives the organization competitive advantage. In the buy strategy, this is when an organization decides to outsource its softwares from vendors, and it tends to be a lot faster and easier for the organization, and this usually takes place in organizations that have a lower competitive advantage. When it comes to the pros and cons of the build strategy, the build strategy is super fast, easy, and like I said, it's customizable, so it means that it fits the needs and demands of the organization. However, it tends to be more cost effective, and it takes a longer time for it to become fully operational to the organization, and it requires more time in terms of maintenance and staffing to ensure that the software is fully running. With the buy strategy, it tends to be a lot faster and easier because this is being outsourced and it's already prepackaged. However, it does not meet all the needs or requirements of the organization, and thus it may incur additional expenses in terms of trying to combine different softwares for it to be perfect.
My name is Ademiji Comfort, and I'll be talking about the procurement process. The procurement process is divided into two. We have request for information and evaluating the option. Firstly, I'm talking about the request for information. Request for information is a request for formal proposal from software providers outlining their costs, products, and services in details. The steering committees now choose whether to move further with the design phase or make a purchase. The committee will create a request for proposal, which is an official request for software companies to submit a formal proposal, including the detailed description of their goods, services, and costs. That is, if the response to the information request and the committee's research reveals some potential packaged options. Then last stage of the procurement process, that's evaluating the option. The procurement process for large projects can be drawn out and complicated, particularly when it involves important systems for huge government organizations or international enterprises.